Iverson loved Mike Ivory.
When people were saying something about it, to me, they was talking about him personally. I mean, y'all just talking about he corny and not, you know, I'm like, they're not talking about basketball.
Right.
So my thing is, a lot of people were just, I think, hating on him because they thought, you know, people don't like that story when they think you come from with a silver spoon in your mouth and not knowing that, you know, people struggle to get where they got to go. Everybody got their own, their own path in life. And like, a lot of people always say that, oh, he don't get back to Philly. And what do you want him to do? Like, people don't know Marion don't ask him for nothing. They're just happy that he come around and take up business, but they don't ask him to give them anything.
Right.
So, you know, you want him to get back to Kensington. Like, what about people living in Kensington? That lived there 20 years ago. So I think that a lot of people in Philly would take it really personal about when he said, I want to rip their hearts out. But to me, he explained it in that DVD when he said, when I graduated and I didn't go to college, the papers ripped me in Philly. They ripped me and he said, I'm not going to be nothing. That was a dumb decision. He said, so I always kept them on my wall, but them papers. When I got the chance to play Philadelphia, I was like, I'm going to make them eat their words about what they said about me 4 years ago. And that's why he went in like that. But it wasn't personal. It was just basketball. It wasn't like, you know, I'm not from Philly no more. It was just like, no,
right. And that was a huge misconception.
I want to come here. I'll be the same way. I'm a smash the city. I'm gonna have everybody in Philly mad when I get back there. So I would have been. I would have said, oh, I hope Philadelphia win. If we don't win, it'll be 3-2. But no, I don't want to see y'all win. No, I want y'all to stop it.
His father was a Sixer, you know, like what child doesn't want to do what their dad did?
Well, you didn't pick him though.
Right.
You picked Iverson.
Right. So it wasn't, you know, on that concept alone, you know, you could tell that it wasn't a vicious thing towards Philadelphia. You know, he wasn't selected. And I paraphrase what you just said. It was an interview on the Kobe Bryant Muse. Y'all got to check it out if y'all didn't check it out. And he talks about like how he kind of like was jealous of Allen Iverson a little bit, you know, because it was like, man, like, you know, you got the seat that I want, you know, and he didn't get that opportunity to be drafted to that team. But go ahead, if you, I didn't mean to take your time, whatever. But yeah, we'll slide on the Tide if you closing out on that one. You with us? You with us, bro?
Yeah, I don't hear him.
Yo, you with me? Yo.
All right, I'll pick it up while we have technical difficulties here.
Yeah.
I mean, really, just for me, it's
legacy, Kobe's legacy.
The legacy part of it. I was watching his interview again, and he said, you know, it's like really about how your peers view you. You know, you want the respect of your peers. And I mean, AI texted him when he announced his retirement. Kevin Durant spoke out.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure LeBron and I know D Wade spoke out.
LeBron spoke too.
I think it's pretty evident that the impact he's had on the game. I mean, he texted Jordan right before he announced it, just to make sure like he was doing the right thing. He was ready to, you know, how do you know when you're done? How do you know that it's time to go? And you know, and I think he has the respect of his peers. And to me, it's like his legacy lives on because he's one of the greats. I mean, he clearly dedicated his life to being one of the greats and achieved that status, and deservingly so. So I think when you open up the history books and you reflect on the history of the game and where it's been and where it's going, and I mean you can't look at the history of basketball and not mention Kobe Bryant, which is an amazing thing because I mean that's amazing. I mean he's an all-timer. I mean he's literally scored the most points in one game in the modern era, besides Wilt, and that wasn't in the modern era. You know, that's back in the day. So he clearly has a skill and a talent and a will that, like Brian was saying, I mean, we really may not never see anything like him again because just no one was really able to mirror and kind of mimic what MJ did. And I was kind of in that camp where I kind of wanted MJ to lose. I was sick of MJ winning. I wanted Barkley to beat him. I wanted, Charles was my dog from Philly days, and even if it was with Phoenix, I wanted Phoenix to beat him. But MJ had that will. He had that killer instinct to to get the job done no matter what, at any cost. And if it rubs you the wrong way, so be it. I'm going to win regardless. I don't care what anybody says. And Kobe had that. So as much as I hate that because he beat the Sixers, at the end of the day, you start to learn to respect, what it takes to just to want to be the best. And Kobe embodied that, and he is that. And we all have our faults, but he clearly is and was one of the greatest of all time. So I think his legacy is just that, one of the best and greatest of all time. Whether he's the second best shooting guard of all time or top 10 player of all time, he's in the conversation. And just to be in the conversation to me is amazing. Because like I said, whenever you go back in history and talk about the game, you're going to mention Kobe Bryant. So that's pretty amazing right there. So.
And I do believe that.
Oh, he's back.
We not getting once he leaves after this season. Is not going to be. I think the game is going to even be different.
Yes.
I think the game is going to be a little different. Like just the competitive edge. I think everybody's like majority of players are more so like Dwight Howard. Like
Swiss
LeBron,
cheese.
they just so cheerful, and there's nobody's mad. Nobody's trying to.
Yeah, James Harden.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Nobody's trying to rip each other hearts out in the game and say trying to destroy them or competition. It's like everybody's just happy and it's like we're just playing basketball. You win, good. I win, so what? We can hang out later on. It's going to be like a.
Well, who knows, man? Maybe, and I agree with you, but maybe maybe there'll be some. I mean, it may not be Kobe-esque, but maybe you get like, I'm obviously wishful thinking here, but maybe we get like this last draft class was pretty sick. Well, we had Towns, we got Okafor, we got Porzingis. I mean, as you get draft classes that actually have some talent and some marquee names and like some like some franchise players, if you will, like that's what develops the rivalries when these guys are that good and can carry a franchise on their backs and take it on themselves to like to want to excel and want to like kind of dominate. So I mean, I'm not saying it's ever gonna be like what Kobe had, but I mean maybe hopefully at least we'll get something. I mean I know what you're saying, so I mean I'm just trying to stay positive in the sense, but I agree with you in the sense that, and also Brandon, in the sense that they weren't able to see MJ, but a lot of these guys were able to see Kobe. I think that's the great thing about his legacy is that you got to see Kobe's killer instinct. They didn't see MJ's, but they saw Kobe's, which was the next best thing.
Yeah, and I'll close out. The beautiful thing about this is that he lasted 20 years. So, LeBron, Durant, Russell, even the young guys, even the rookies this year. Like let's say Julius Randle, Towns, Okafor, Russell. Let's just say that they last like 12, 13 years. 13 years from now, they can say they played with Kobe. So they can talk to the guys 13 years ago that are rookies. So that element hopefully gets passed on in some form or fashion. You know what I'm saying? Hey, fellas, man, it's been a wonderful night. This is definitely the longest podcast we've done.
So what happens when you get basketball subject?
Right. This is why, it took us to the 10th episode to get basketball. But we definitely made up for the lack of.
Thank you for having me, guys. I appreciate it. It's been a pleasure, and I hope to do another one in the near future. And I wish you guys all the luck, and you guys have been doing a great job. I've heard other podcasts, non-sports related, and it's been awesome. So keep up the great work. Thanks for having me.
No doubt.
Yeah, we gotta bring you back, man. I think we're gonna do another basketball John B set on certain players. So we need to definitely bring you back and get your valued opinion.
Thank you, guys.
Straight up. Any guy, Armand, Ty, you guys got any plugs? I mean, Ty, anybody they want to check you out? Get some training in, some fitness, some wellness.
Yes, fitness and wellness. You know where to find me at FitTod on Twitter. BrynMarPersonalTraining.com. I offer the best personalized fitness programs in the area, Philadelphia and beyond. So feel free to hit me up on those websites.
Yeah, and I will close out for this evening. So our next two episodes, we plan to do 2 more episodes before the year is up, and we're gonna get this Jay-Z episode off. Apologize for the inconvenience. I kind of blasted it on social media prematurely, but we will have this episode coming for y'all, and we're gonna close out this year with a review of 1995 in hip hop. So definitely stay tuned to that. And Armand, if you got anything else you want to let the listeners know, brother.
And Kobe a legend, and I may have to go fly and go see him in LA before the season. Like I'm thinking like in March.
I'm with you.
I definitely got to go fly out there and just check a game out in the Staples Center. I took a picture in front of the Staples Center, but I've never been inside the joint. So, hey man, I think he earned that. You know, I'd go see him.
I'm coming, yo. I'm talking Brazil to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Talking Brazil for Lala.
Yeah.
With you.
Rio?
Hey, Rio. Olympics, Rio.
Yeah, Kobe. That's gonna be Kobe's last.
He may do that. He may do Rio, but yeah. Hey man, it's been real, y'all. Thank y'all for listening. 2 cents. We out of here.
Peace.